Oke, aku sudah mulai recording.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, my name is Dinanti Aldila, here with my friend Davi Raisa, Jana, and Tias Nurkumala. Here we're going to present our presentation for the title Implementation of Ensemble Method on Classification Task. So for the dataset, we use a wine dataset. These data are the result of chemical analysis of wines grown in the same region in Italy, but derived from 3 different cultivars. The analysis determined the quantities of 13 constituents found in each of the 3 types of wines. Method that we use in this task is a random forest and XGBoost method. For data preprocessing and exploration, I will give to Tias Nukumala.
Thank you, Dila. I will explain about the data preprocessing and exploration. Next, load dataset. We need to download the dataset from the provided URL and read the data into a data frame using Pandas. And set column names and display the first 5 rows of the dataset. Next. This is the data visual exploration. Data visual exploration, the result of generate box plot, the result of calculate the frequency of each class in the class column. And this is one class distribution. Next. This is box plot features. The result of box plot feature. This is generate box plot for each numeric column based on the wine class, and will display box plot visualization for each numeric feature. Next. This is data visual exploration detail. First, count, mean, and extract track. Next. Per plot numeric columns. This is the result from per plot for numeric column with color differentiation based on the wine class, and display a visualization of the relationship between numeric feature. Next, feature correlation. This is correlation heat map. And next. This is data processing. The data processing for check for missing values in the dataset. Next. This is our data separation. The data separation split the dataset into training, validation, and test set using train_test_split and display the shape of the resulting set. Next.
So I will explain for the feature scaling. So here is the code for feature scaling. Here we define the feature x and variable and identify the number of columns and split it into the scalar, fit the transform, the train data, and we got the mean of x train scaled and standard deviation of x train scaled. Next, for the baseline model random forest. Here is the baseline model for random forest. For this is the left one is for the code. Here we first we separate the feature and the target variable, split the data, and handle outliers and standardize and create train the classifier. And until perform the cross validation, here we got the accuracy of 0.9444. And we use feature scaling. After that, we got the accuracy 0.97222. Next, for the model exploration random forest, here there's a precision recall curve for multi-class classification, feature importance, receiver operating characteristic ROC curve for multi-class classification. So here, the picture first, the left one is precision recall curve multi-class. Here we can see the result, and here in the middle one is feature importance, and the right one is receiver operating characteristic ROC curve. Next, for the evaluation, I will give to Dali Raisa.
Okay, thank you, Dinanti. So for the result, we are going to talk about the random forest. After this, I believe Dila going to explain about the GPUs. But first and foremost, let's talk about the result. First of all, in before the tuning, which is the feature scale, like Dila said, we got a 97% accuracy. With precision recall and F1 score are higher across all among the classes, particularly prefer for the class 1. In the confused matrix indicate that the class 3 had one false in negative. And the random forest model before tuning show a very excellent accuracy at 92 and 97.22%. This is indicate that the model is able to classify most of the sample correctly, preferably the precision and the recall from the class 1 show in this model. And no error was predicted in this class. However, in the sample from the class 3, that is there is an incorrect classification of another class indicated by the number 1 in the confused matrix 1. And then we do the tuning for the random forest. After the tuning process, we get the accuracy for this model actually decreasing. So I believe there is some overfitting going on. So we did tuning and we get actually the result is actually decreasing. This could be because the tuning process felt that I cannot find a better combination or parameter that is initially setting for perhaps because the model is overfitting in the first place, just like I say. And the decrease is the precision for the class 3 and recall for the class 2 show that the model is less able to recognize this class correctly. So in conclusion for the random forest, I think the first model, there is actually no indicate of overfitting. Would you mind putting to the next slide, Dila? So as we can see, I did cross-validate the first model, which is the one before I did hypertuning. We can see it is roughly, what do you call it? Roughly equal. So we have 0.92, 0.94, we have 1, we have another 0.97, and we have another one, which is across of this validation is quite consistent. Next. Okay, for the next slide, I will give it to Dila again, I believe.
Okay, thank you, Dewi, for the explanation for the result. Here, I will explain for the baseline model for the SG boost. Here is the code for model baseline SG boost. Here, like the previous model baseline, here we separate for the feature and the target, and we separate the data like the baseline model baseline before. But here is the different. Here we build for the baseline SG boost is for a different function. Next, for the evaluation, I will give back to the.
Okay, so for the next one, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit blunder. So before the tuning, we get the accuracy of 88%, and after the tuning we get 91%. So first of all, before the tuning, There is in class 2 show a lower precision and recall, indicating there is more misclassification for this class. And the baseline model seems to struggle with the distinguish of the class 2 efficiency. After tuning, the precision and recall for the class 2 improve after tuning, but class 1 recall decreased slightly overall. The models is accuracy improved after tuning, which this is kind of what the desired outcome supposed to be. And the XGBoost, and then again, before the XGBoost is before tuning has a lower accuracy in 88% compared to the random forest tuning that class 2 has, and then the class 2 has the lowest precision and recall, indicating that this model is difficulty identifying this class correctly. This could be due to the lack of distinguishing of feature of because the model is not complex enough to capture the pattern from the class that the dataset gave. And then we did the tuning for the XGBoost. After the tuning, there was an increase of accuracy, 91% and 91% for the XGBoost model, indicated that the tuning successfully and improved. This is again, just like I said, the desired outcome that supposed that we have, also supposed to be the random forest, also supposed to be like this too. And the model is the model ability to generalize the new data, even though there is still a decrease in recall class 1. Overall, the model is better predictably existing the class compared to the before tuning. So in my observation, the tuning of the random forest did not yield any improvement. This could be due to the overfitting that I missed in the training or the regulation parameter that I set. And it's also possible that is the default hyperparameter were already quite optimal for the dataset that we are running, which is the wine dataset. For the XGBoost show the improve after tuning, which suggests that the tuning process was able to find a better of a hyperparameter that could be generalized in the unseen data. And for the confused metrics, provide a value insight into the where each model is making the mistake. And this information could be used in further refining the models, perhaps focusing in the future engineering and gathering more data underperforming in these classes. And also it's a valuable lesson for all of us here. So I did say that the cause of the several factor of the overfitting could be this data distributed or in other case, I did find out maybe for the random forest, I did acknowledge that I think I could do better in the data distribution, and hypermetric selection is not an optimal hypermetric parameter search for a process that can result in a model that perform less than the default setting. And a different model, maybe a third model is required for us to able to understand about this data. And the validation testing is very important across all the testing with each the different data set, ensuring the result are stable and model can generalize well. In practice, it is important to view this result a part of iterative, I believe, and the process of building machine learning models to continue to able to understand. We need to continue to experiment further with these all models and tuning techniques, and also refine our knowledge to be able to understand more with the provide the new insight and improve model from this performance and this assignment. That's all for me.
Yeah, thank you, Dewi. So the last, and that's all from us for presentation. Thank you for your invitation. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.